CraftingMantis here, and welcome back to another episode on the Diamond Society server. So, I have been busy getting to work on a certain project. Bet you guys can't guess what that is. We are at the Guardian Temple, and I have been working on sectioning all of this off. So my next project, I'm taking a little bit of a break from the stuff over there. I still need to find a spot for the animals. And there is also the ravine over there that I'm going to be working in as well. That's going to have, like a faux mine shaft, I guess you could call it. Granted, I might actually connect it up to the actual community mine shaft. And oh my gosh, Dolphin, you are noisy. But yeah, so this is what I am currently working on. This is going to be a community guardian farm, and it is going to be the beginning of Atlantis. I did have a slight change in plans for Atlantis because originally it was going to go in that direction, and I discovered the bay is a lot smaller than it looks on the map. And I'm not going to be able to fit everything in, both the Guardian Farm and the shopping district and Atlantis. They're not all going to fit in the bay that's over here. And plus, there's also somebody building on the shore over there, and I don't want to mess up anything that they're going to be doing over there. And so I talked to the guys on the server, and I asked, hey, can I go that way? And they said, yes, you can. So that is the new plan, is that we are going to be heading in that direction. So that's spawn right there. You can see, one of the log cabins over there. And then what I want to do is I want to bring on my camera account. That way I can kind of discuss with you guys some of the plans I have for all of this. So let me get that in, or let me get that on, and then I will be right back with you guys. All right, so we have Bug Watcher on. And so that is the Guardian Farm in all its wonderful glory. Still lots to clear out. This is actually going to end up being a circle. Right now, I'm just clearing out the area for the actual farm. And then once I get all that done, then I'll actually be clearing out the around the edges as well. I didn't want to go ahead and start all of this. I need the sand. I've already gone through several shovels, and I don't want to go through any more right now. And so I figured it'd be easier to just go ahead and get this center part done. That way I can clear it out. And then one of the things would probably also be to get a beacon to clear everything out. Though I think the seafloor actually sits, the temple actually goes down below level 30. And so we might not have to clear all of it out. We'll definitely see. So I might not need a beacon because prismarine is actually relatively easy to break. But the plan is, so we got the circle, and so what I want to do is I want to create a road. So it'll be coming off of this section here, and it's going to come around, and it's going to come in between these two islands, and wrap around here, and then over here, there is going to be the shopping district, and there is the big island. Where is the big island? In fact, the big island might be the birch tree. The birch tree area. Either that or it's this here. Okay, the big island might be this over here. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because, the stuff from amidst is flat. So sometimes it's hard to tell what is what. But yeah, so the road is going to come out here, and then it's the shopping district is going to be here in the, it is what is it? It is just an ocean. Okay. So the shopping district is going to be here in the ocean. And then over here, this is the lukewarm ocean. And so where the color changes, this is actually where Atlantis is going to be. And there is a lot of space. Because basically, I can just keep going and keep going and keep going. And until I see a coral reef, which I think, yep, there it is. Okay. So, yeah, all the way over here. Because the coral reef is actually, somebody had claimed the coral reef over here. So all of this space, we can end up, working in. Though I don't think I'm going to go quite that close because I don't want to get too close to the coral reef. But this gives us plenty of space to go in both directions. Because, we can head out in this one. Because, I think there might be a floating island, possibly. That was the reason why I was looking for the big island. Because the floating, it was suggested that with the big island to put the floating stuff on top of that. But yeah, and then if we come straight this way, then we have, my place. And then there's the community area. And there's Vid's and Cortez's place. So, the lukewarm ocean goes all the way over here. Unfortunately, Cortez has left. And so, not sure what we're going to be doing with that. I want to preserve that. Hopefully, it is, because, it's a gorgeous build, what's here. So, I really like this. But yeah, so back over here. So I will be building Atlantis over here with the shopping district over here in the ocean part of it. And then, so that is the plans so far. So I'm going to get back to work on, trying to get the ocean monument cleared and stuff. And then, once I get that all done, then I will bring you guys back. All right. So we have a drained ocean monument, so we no longer have to worry about guardians. And I have also started getting the outside circle all drained as well. This is actually a couple weeks, I think, since the last clip. I was kind of doing, I was recording multiple videos at once. So yeah, it's about, it's probably been a couple weeks since the last clip. So definitely a lot of work going into this, and I need to get more glass so I can bring the bridge all the way over. But as you can see, we've got a nice circle going on around here. It's not quite as big as I would like, because I was thinking there was going to be a little bit more space in between the corners of the monument and the actual circle, but there isn't, and I am not making this any bigger than it already is. Because I think the circle is, it's either 90 or 92 blocks wide. I can't remember what the square, I can't speak, what the stone is, how far out that goes. But yeah, so basically what I had done is I figured out how big of a circle I needed in order to basically clip the corners of the square. And so that is what we have here. Now, I still need to drain 2 more sides of this. So as you can see, I've got it set up so I can start going through. Basically what I've been doing, because one, like these bigger ones, they will take up the entire, all of the sponges that I have in order to try to drain this. And so I'll use sponges in one, and then I'll grab a whole bunch of sand, throw the sponges into the furnace, and then come back and use sand to fill up the next one. And so by the time that I get this all filled up and broken down, the sponges are nice and dry, and then I move on to the next one. So it's definitely been going a lot faster than I thought it would be because of the fact that, I'm using both methods. But still it's taking, quite a long time. Now, if you notice, the ocean monument is kind of missing its top, and the reason for that is that I wanted to go ahead and fix the legs down here. Now, I am probably not going to leave the legs as they are because, for one, they're not quite where you would think that the legs would be. And so they're not, and I don't think they're evenly spaced either, because like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5, 1, 2. Okay, well maybe they are spaced evenly. Maybe it's just these ones that are a little bit weird. And then the other problem that I've been having is these guys. I think I have like 2 slime chunks down here, and so it is definitely made running around down here really, really interesting. But we do have, it's all the way drained, and then we are sitting at 30, Y level 30 right now, and we may not have to go down this low for the actual farm, because I think we can build it either at Y30 or to Y35, and so I might build it up. He fell in the hole. I might build the farm closer to Y35 just so that we have a little bit more space to work with down on this side. in terms of, moving the items from the farm to whatever, whatever storage system we decide to do. And yeah, so that is kind of where I stand. Now, the next step, so we're going to have to go all the way back up here. I think if I remember correctly, I think the farm needs to be 22 by 22. I think those are the size of the actual farm. I mean, regardless, if I come over here, I know kind of where it's going to be. But if you see this section right here, well, apparently we're falling down here so we can get a closer look. I think it's this prismarine here is, kind of where the farm would, go out to. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to empty out the actual monument down to that level. Now, this isn't a perfect square, and so I'm going to have to extend this out. And I think it's either that arch there or the block right in front of it. And so what I'm going to do, the blocks that I end up taking from there, I'm going to extend this wall out so that we end up with the square, the square section that we need for the actual mob farm. And so that's kind of the plan so far for this. And I haven't done too much of the design work and stuff for this because I'm actually going to be kind of working on one of the tutorials that I'm going to be working on is going to be using this build as an example. So after this point, since I've got that this section all drained out, I'm actually going to take a backup of the server so that way I can work in creative. And so that'll kind of be like my creative testing world for this, but it'll also be, something I'm going to be using to do a tutorial for, designing large builds. And so we're going to kind of like work on the walls and stuff in that tutorial, as well as, designing like the, I might either do, two separate tutorials or, a single huge tutorial. But I've also, how I end up creating like the giant pixel art and stuff. Because the community shopping area is actually going to be a giant pixel art in the center of it. And so I've been trying to, go through the steps and stuff of that in order to kind of show you guys, what I do in order to kind of plan these things out. So yeah, so that this is like, 2.5 weeks worth of work so far. And so, like I said, the next step is going to be actually getting the mob farm in place. Because I figured it would probably be good to actually get this thing set up. So, while I'm working on this, I am getting, at least, some drops. And so I didn't want to get too much further into actually doing this. Just enough so that I have, a good world backup for the tutorial. So I know this is a little bit shorter of an episode. However, a lot of work has gone into this one. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, definitely hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Definitely helps out the channel, and it's always nice to see new faces in my little corner of YouTube. And if you want to be notified as to when I put out additional content, then definitely hit that notification bell. But for now, I'm going to call it, and I will see you guys in the next episode.